Wanga and Kaluma and Oburu, after their mischief in Homa Bay, things are starting to change because the ODM Kwale office has decided to join Linda Mwananchi, and they're saying hao ni Sifuna because they're seeing that they're in the wrong party.
Sasa wakati wa mageuzi Kenya umefika. And politics is local. Wakati wa mageuzi umefika. Na kama wakati wa mageuzi umefika, hata ukizuia namna gani, kama ni muharisho utatoka tu. Na kama ni mimba itafanya nini? Itazaliwa. Na mtu ambaye atatukomboa kubadilisha huu wakati na uongozi si mwingine bali ni nani?
Sifuna.
Munasema ni nani?
Sifuna.
Malengo yetu ni kubadilisha uongozi dhalimu. Kwa sababu uongozi ni ule ambao unasikiliza mwananchi. Uongozi ni ule ambao unaleta heshima. Uongozi ni ule ambao hauibi pesa za umma.
And you need to notice a trend that is happening at the coast because the coast was the stronghold of ODM. Remember, Karoli Omondi said on Citizen TV that ODM now does not have any stronghold outside Nyanza. And even the Nyanza where they think they have stronghold, the people will be able to make a choice. And they will not be able to get all the votes and all the seats like they got in 2022 and the other past years. Akapatia example, time yenye Raila aliform a new party. Alitoka forward akaform, was it what? PN what? NDP. Watu walikuwa na doubt, wanauliza NDP haina MPs. There's nothing NDP can do. Hakuna kitu NDP inaweza shinda, lakini when the election came, he took almost all the seats in Luo Nyanza from Ford Kenya. So ODM ni kama coast, maneno yake imeanza kuishaisha because now if you see a whole ODM office in Kwale deciding to move to Linda Mwananchi, it shows you that watu washaangalia ground, na ground inasema this ODM vile tunaona leaders wakibehave, it does not represent what ODM has been fighting for over 20 years. Ati sasa sahi watu ODM wamekuwa janja ati wanataka kwa government for development, but the question is, what development are you talking about? Kila mtu anafaa pia development. So if your government yenye una support ati lazima ukue nayo kwa serikali ndio kupatia development, then that means that is the wrong government. So viewers, welcome to One Ball Brain. My name is Oma Bran, and as always, remember to subscribe to our channel. That is how you support us, and also hit that notification bell so that whenever we post a video, you may be able to get it. And appear. Viewers, leave a comment. Leave a comment so that we know what you think about the current political climate in Kenya. So ODM had strongholds zenye zilikuwa zinaifanya ikuwe a very dominant force. Western Coast, Northeastern kidogo huko juu. Ukuje uingilie Kalonzo alikuwa anawapatia Ukambani, whereby now that Ukambani vote will never go to ODM because ODM imeamua kwa blood based government. So that means that the Ukambani vote goes to opposition. Mombasa ODM has no plan because plan yao ni Joho anataka deputy, Oparanya anataka deputy, Mbadi, Wanga wote wanataka wapewe deputy. Na remember, Kindiki akinyang'anya deputy, then again UDA is losing. So eventually it may remain that ODM will not get a deputy or a presidential candidate. Labda wapewe vitu zingine lakini watapewa deputy ama presidential candidate. So that means Joho hakuna kitu atapata. So Joho atakuwa tu na campaign kasi yes. Hakuna ambition yote atapelekewa watu wa Mombasa ati nimepewa deputy so let's rally around Joho. No, that is useless. Joho has already been a two-time governor. 10 years of governorship. Akamepewa CS. I do not think again you need to give him something else. Or I do not think he can do anything yenye hajafanya sahi. He has been given an important docket, mining. Na kuna issues za mining in the coast, Mrima Hills, where people are mining things there that can help the country in solving its debt problems. But atujui hata what is happening there. Atujui what is being mined there. Contracts are being dished out without even public knowing what is happening. So Joho cannot be a leader that the people of course can be able to galavent around na wamsurround ati kama their leader. No, that means that there is a gap also in the coast, and that's why Linda Mwananchi is coming in. Remember, Linda Mwananchi was in Taita Taveta, Linda Mwananchi was in Mombasa, and Linda Mwananchi has also been able to help in bringing that strong wave into the coast. And that means that the coast, once Linda Mwananchi has a party, then the coast will have people vying using Linda Mwananchi and Wiper. Nimeona Wiper pia it's taking some of the positions that were previously held by, because umeona mtu kama Aisha Juma kutoka pale Kilifi ameingia Wiper, mliona Moha pale Mombasa Wiper. So you will see that Wiper and Linda Mwananchi will be the ones battling out for the seats in Mombasa, and that means that ODM will be losing another stronghold again. Why is ODM losing another stronghold? ODM is losing another stronghold because ODM leaders wame become those kind of leaders who do not listen to the people. They believe that since they are in broad-based, since they are enjoying life in broad-based, the common mwananchi is also enjoying life in broad-based. Wanataka kuhesabia vitu zenye ziko not very essential, not very important, because it doesn't matter what the government builds, so long as maisha ya watu ni ngumu, so long as watu hawezi pata do kwa mfuko, so long as watu hawezi peleka watoto wao shule, so long as watu hawezi pata healthcare, quality healthcare, na bado wanalipa SHA, then that means that the government has failed, because ndio tumie SHA you need to pay a whole year. Again, that whole year you need to be admitted for you to use SHA, na SHA haiwezi kulipia the whole of your whatever you are being treated for. Lazima tena utafute pesa nyingine utop up. So NHIF was doing way better than SHA. And these are the issues that the government does not want to admit. The government intaka tu kutuambia numbers 8 million to 32 million of people registered, but people being registered does not mean that your service is working, because hata nyinyi wenyewe mnasema SHA does not have enough money to run its own system. Many people are registered but you are not collecting enough money, and even whatever is being collected again is not being utilized well, because corruption scandal ni mingi. You are paying an expensive system for SHA, 104 billion system to verify claims na to do all what, and then you see that system already mtu alishakula 104 billion for a system, for basically a system that has not been able to deliver in 4 years. Unaona hata mnaanza kufanya adjustment, you are introducing Linda Mama, Linda Taifa, nonsense things that you scrapped away when you introduced this SHA, because the SHA is not working. SHA is not helping people as it was supposed to do. So viewers, ODM is losing because ODM imejiattach. Na Oburu alisema that ODM is attached to the hip to UDA. So that means ODM has attached itself to something that does not really help ODM grow. It's only killing ODM. Na ni ukweli Ruto alisema ataua ODM, and he is basically killing it because of the greed of people in ODM. They do not realize that their party is dying, because what usually made ODM so robust, so productive, so loved was the fight for the people. Once you forget your aim, ni kama Malema South Africa. Malema ni mtu mwenye anafightianga labda watu, so his party is based on that. Once you move away from that, then the people will leave you. Remember, the party is not for the leaders, the party is the people, because the people are the one who give you power. Ukisema unataka kwenda maandamano na una watu, ukisema unataka kwenda rally na una watu, because now you realize that ODM can now not hold a rally yenye wameita tu watu wakakuja. They must mobilize, they must bring in people na mabasi, and that is just showing you that the party is dying. The party is totally dying. Apart from mtu to meeting to a town hall, mtu to vijiji, ODM cannot hold a serious rally like it used to do. Serious rally in major towns, because ODM has lost its course. And once a party loses its course, then that means that that party is dying. And so I agree with what Karilo Omondi is saying, that ODM is dying because ODM has lost its core mandate, its core responsibility, its core mission. Because leaders wa saiwa wanasema, we want to be in broad-based to pure development. What development? Kama hapa Busia. Busia is an ODM zone. What developments are being brought? Nothing. That means the problem is not with being in government. The problem is with the current government, because whenever napia the leaders that you have chosen in ODM, those are poor leaders, because our leaders wangekuwa strong leaders, then that means that they could have pushed for, wangeenda hata wakati kupitisha bill za government ndio projects zenye wanataka zikuje kwa constituency. They have never done anything for the people. So wewe ukikuwa hapo umekaa usidhani that ODM will ever do for you anything, because ODM, you have been choosing ODM leaders from time immemorial, and they have been doing nothing. They have not been pushing projects to this country, because ODM imekuwa na handshake mbili, ya Uhuru, hii ya Sahi, but you still cannot see anything. Watu Homa Bay wanahesabu tu kilomita to barabara, sijui paya. Those are not the ndio ni vitu mzuri, lakini so that is all you think that now being in government is all about that. What about your people? Chakula, wako na doa ya kusurvive, jobs. So things are so broad that you cannot just narrow the achievement of this government to atisha imeandika iko na watu wengi sahi, barabara, paya na markets. So hizo ndio vitu zenye zinafanya to vote for this government, while they continue to overtax us, while they continue to kutuletea financial bill yenye inaongeza prices za kila kitu. The taxation zimepanda kwa kila kitu, licenses zimepanda. There is no policy that is helping mwananchi. wanauza all the assets that the government should hold for the people. Pesa wameweka kwa infrastructure bond, niko sure hiyo pesa inaania mtu interest. Uliona pesa za affordable housing zenye ziliwekwa kwa treasury bonds, interest yake ilipotea. But ODM is not talking about that. So you wonder, and you want people to support you, and that's why people of Kwale have decided to join Linda Mwananchi. And now Linda Mwananchi needs to move with speed and have their own party so that they can now start developing the roadmap to 2027, just like Gachagua has done. So viewers, I want you to leave a comment and tell us, what do you think? This is One Ball Brain, the heartbeat of political analysis. See you on the